If you ever had a stencil where you want to get different inks into different areas of the stencil, like this butterfly, you may have had a hard time masking off areas that you don't want to get ink into, especially if you have small areas or lots of curved areas. My answer to this is tacky putty. Now this stuff comes by different names. I call it tacky putty, but sticky putty, tack it, blue tack, mounting putty, fun tack, and poster putty are all some of the names I've encountered. But like I said, I call it tacky putty. This happens to be the brand I'm using right now. I'm assuming most brands will work similarly. The blue could leave a blue stain, so I might avoid those. Tacky putty is much like it sounds. It is a slightly tacky, stretchy putty material. I just pinch off a piece the size that I need and go ahead and use it on my project. I find it works best if it's a little bit warm. I found that I could warm it up gently with my heat tool with just a couple of seconds of heat, and that made it more pliable. You could also roll it between your hands for a little while just to warm it and soften it. Once it's soft enough, you can use it a couple of ways. You can squish it into the gaps of the openings of the stencil to block them off. Or you could roll it like a snake and then wrap it around the edges of areas to create a bit of a dam. This putty should be reusable for a while. I will just remove it from my project. I thought about keeping colors separate, like some of it's contaminated with yellow, some of it's contaminated with blue. However, I think in the end it'll all just dry into the putty and I don't think I will need to worry about it. But you do want to let the ink dry before you reuse it, because otherwise it could transfer smudges of ink to the rest of your project. Here I am just kind of working the ink into the putty so you don't notice it as much. Eventually it will get gross and you will have to throw it away, but I anticipate being able to reuse this over and over again.